What's going on, guys? Rep's Garage here. Today we're going to be installing a MISHIMOTO transmission cooler on the good old G8. Now, I recently got a built transmission installed on this car, and after I got the car tuned, the tuner had told me that the car was running really hot in terms of the transmission, and that investing in a nice cooler would probably be the smart idea. So we're finally getting around to installing this. So the first step is going to be to take this bumper off. You got a couple 10 millimeters, and then over here in the corner you got some bolts. Now, removing this is going to be a lot easier because I've already modified my bumper, but if it's your first time removing your bumper, it's usually pretty difficult to get it disconnected from the fender to the bumper. So just keep that in mind, and I'll show you what I ended up doing to mine if you have a similar issue. So these are my makeshift fender bumper ties. So essentially what I have is I took a piece of just steel, drilled 2 holes in it the size of, and I bored out the bumper as well. And this will go on top of the fender, and then you slide through the bolts, and then you could just tighten it up. And I got some washers, lock washers, and nuts, but this will secure your bumper. I haven't had any problems yet. I probably should have threw some paint on it, but it's been fine. And you could see they kind of only go on one way, so you know, just be mindful of how thick it's going to be when you make these, but it's really not that hard. It took me, I don't know, 30 minutes. So if you guys have the similar problem I did, that's your solution. So, as you can see, we got the bumper off. Really all you gotta do is pop this one connector out here. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt. There we go. Fog light came out. Oh man. But that'll just snap right back in. And we can move this over to the side. Just mocking it up, seeing where I could put this thing. I was aiming to go somewhere down there. However, it looks like it'll fit pretty well right here. Now, I am concerned with the clearance issues. However, we could just check that out right now. And if we throw it right there, it gets really good airflow. Yeah, I mean, it'll work. I think it'll work. Just a matter of the lines and everything. But I think it'll work. So we'll have to figure out, you know, how I want to approach this, but we might be able to just kind of slide that in right there, get some bolts on the side, on the inside of this, and call it a day. I mean, if that's the case, it's going to be a pretty easy install. As for the lines, I think I have enough clearance to go in and around on both sides. This side's a little tight, but it's not the end of the world. I'm going to give a couple friends a ring that know more about this than I do, and we shall see what their opinions are, because it might be too good to not use it like this, honestly. What do you think, Mark?
I think it looks money.
Ev got the MISHIMOTO tranny cooler here, so he tucking it away. He took the nose off, and he's got to get some 90s for here to complete the hookup, but he got it installed, and yeah, it's getting there, you know.
What do we find out? Because I already took them through what my thought process was, but what happened with the bottom piece?
All right, so we had to put an extension on the bottom tab that's here. Took one of these. Now it's got to be folded around, drilled and tapped into this, because this is all part of the radiator harness.
Yeah, this front bash bar couldn't come off.
So we would have had to take the lights and anything connected to it. It would have been like a giant thing. So yeah, we kind of went back and forth. We were going to make brackets, but this is what we came up with. He put a little bit of rubber in between to keep any vibration from happening. And yeah, I think the drilling and tapping is next. It might be a little hard with this thing here. I don't know.
We got a right angle drill, right?
I got a right angle drill in the truck, yes. We need to get the right size tap, and the tap has a certain size drill bit that gets used with it. So, and then we need a center punch to center punch it out. But yeah, it shouldn't be too bad.
Show them how rigid it is.
This is without the lower bracket. Even the lower bracket, that's not even bolted yet on the bottom. But this is pretty good, so it should be all right.
Is this Little Daddy approved?
This is Little Daddy, the hole master approved.
So we're gonna tap our holes now. Little Daddy already got them drilled.
I drilled them out with the right angle drill. It's kind of a tight area, and we don't have a ratcheting tap handle, so. So Ev, you gotta keep it straight. It's gonna lead itself in. And once it starts going, you're gonna, this is really thin, but normally you would go ahead and then pull it back and let the shavings drop out.
Right.
This is very thin now. So it's only gonna be, you know, whatever, it's not even in an eighth. So if you ever felt, see, you're going through now. You see how easy it is?
Yeah.
You're going through. So as long as you get that taper all the way through and to the flat part, then that one's done.
Right.
But like, if you feel resistance, like on a big hole, if you feel resistance, you usually back it out and let the shavings come out.
Right.
And then go back in, and then you go a little bit and you back off a little bit. You go a little bit and you back off a little bit. But this is only this little thin thickness right there.
Yeah, it's really, really small.
So it's actually probably don't even need this, but he's just doing the right thing here.
So I got this SK bit ratchet here. So it comes with a bunch of bits. You kind of just slap the bit in, and it's a traditional 1/4-inch ratchet. You guys know how much I love the SK 1/4-inch ratchet, and there's not much clearance under here, so it's like the perfect time to use something like this. stopped at the hose store, got some new hose, because the ones that MISHIMOTO sent I cut a little too short, unfortunately. Decided to take these 90s and throw them this way, and then I ran the hoses down here, and then if you come over here more, you'll see they're coming out right here, and then we're going around the bend here, and they're meeting us right in the middle, right there. So we're gonna pull off these training lines here, and then I have fittings that will just bolt right up to that. We'll cut this where it needs to go. We'll throw them on the line, and then our cooler should be installed. So honestly, I'm not entirely sure if we're gonna have to add any fluid or anything, but we'll just figure that out when the time comes. So we officially have gotten the transmission cooler installed. It was kind of a pain in the butt, and I didn't record a lot of it. I did a lot of it off camera because it took me quite some time, more time than I'm willing to admit how long it took, but I'm going to show you guys what I did now. So I'm recording by myself today, bear with me, but essentially what we did is we took out the fan shroud here, and to do that I had to take off the upper radiator hose. So we're going to bleed the system in just a couple minutes, and upon doing that I was able to pull the lines out of the bottom of the MISHIMOTO radiator, but you could see it's not the prettiest down there. I got to figure out a better way to do so. I know a lot of people have tied into these lines. I didn't want to do that yet, but so that's why I have those fittings down there, and that's pretty much it. So we went through, we went down, then they go out the sides, then they go around, and they just plug in. Additionally, I also cleaned the engine bay up a little bit so it looks nice and pretty. And yeah, so let's start to bleed this thing. So I had a little bit of a heart attack there because that is in fact ATF. However, all it is fluid that is coming out of the radiator where the old cooler was because I didn't cap it off. I couldn't find the bolts at the hardware store and I figured I'd just do it later. So we're gonna let this try to bleed a little bit. Unfortunately, these cars take forever to bleed, but we're gonna sit here, we're gonna watch it, we're gonna see what happens, make sure the fans turn on because they should when we get up to operating temps, and start cranking the heat in there. So we got big days that just pulled up. So if anyone uses the Harbor Freight funnel kit and you have a MISHIMOTO radiator, this is what I did to make the thing work so it didn't leak all over the place. I used a 3/8 grommet on that shit. Dave, what are your opinions on this?
Hick engineering.
And just like that, guys, we're all installed. It looks real good, and I'm sure it's gonna improve everything regarding the transmission temps. Now, I'll catch in with you guys if our problem is fixed. Fingers crossed it is. If not, we're gonna head to the tuner. I won't record, but I'll keep you guys updated in a future video. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. If you liked or this video helped you, please throw a like, drop a comment. If there's anything else G8 specific that you want to see, let me know. I'll take care of it when I can, and we'll throw it up on the channel. Later, guys.